Hey, what up everybody? It's your boy Asher Underwood. Behalf of Truth About Tupac movement, Tupac Shakur channel. I'm outside of YouTubeSpace LA and I run into Mr. President himself. Mr. President, it's an honor.
Thank you so much. How you doing?
An honor. Hey, I can't complain. Thanks so much. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I've been here shooting footage, editing for our channel, Tupac Shakur channel, Truth About Tupac, working with the team. It's really a blessing to run into you today.
You know, I'm a big fan of your channel, and I just want you to know that.
Really? I know you're a Tupac fan, right?
I am. You know, coming from the Midwest, there's always been the East Coast, West Coast thing, but I've always really felt Tupac's lyrics.
Wow. I mean, that was kind of, I wanted to ask you because at the correspondence dinner, you had said to Donald Trump, you really roasted him and said, you know, why don't you spend your time on more important issues, like trying to figure out where Tupac and Biggie is and what really is in Area 51. Like,
I know that he's taken some flack lately, but no one is happier, no one is prouder to put this birth certificate matter to rest than the Donald. And that's because he can finally get back to focusing on the issues that matter. Like, did we fake the moon landing? What really happened in Roswell? And where are Biggie and Tupac?
that's kind of controversial, right? Like, what's your thinking behind that?
Everyone knows Donald Trump's a joke, and you know, and he's trying to say I'm from Kenya, and you know, that's just not true. So I think we should focus on you know, finding out what happened to Tupac and Biggie, and focus on the real issues.
The real issues at hand. Yeah, and I mean, the fans
you know. Well, you know what I do too, and that's something Michelle and I talk about every night before we go to sleep. And you know, this is something that I don't know if you know this, but every night I read 10 letters from ordinary Americans, folks across the country, and I'd say 8 out of 10 of those letters are from folks wondering what happened to Tupac.
Really?
So we're trying to figure that out.
Well, I mean, when your own CIA agency tweets from their official CIA Twitter account that they don't know where Tupac is hiding, that, like, I mean, don't you think that's going to instigate, like, the average American, the average Tupac fan to think, hey, what is President Obama hiding?
Well, first and foremost, I'm not hiding anything. I'm the most transparent administration in the history of the United States. But you know, the NSA, instead of spying on folks, could use those resources and finally answer the questions. What happened to Tupac?
What about fans that may think, with all due respect, you are commander-in-chief of the most powerful army on the planet, on the world, most sophisticated technology. I think a lot of fans may be concerned, well, what would happen if you did find Tupac? Do you have a grudge with him? Do you understand that there was corruption at all different types of levels?
No, not at all. I'd welcome him back with open arms.
You'd welcome him back with open arms?
You know what? We need more people like Tupac in Congress. So I might, you know, create a position for him in the cabinet or Congress or something like that.
I mean, Tupac was planning to go into politics.
He had a beautiful mind, and we all know that as a poet and as a voice of a generation, that he spoke for more individuals than just himself, and that's the kind of folks that we need in D.C.
Okay, I 100% agree. I think if Tupac was in D.C., then the young Americans would maybe have a different perception about big government, you know?
I think it's no secret that most of the folks you'll find in the Senate don't really represent the grand scope of people who struggle in the United States. And one of the things and one of the reasons why I became president was to be a voice for folks who couldn't speak for themselves. But big businesses, they do what they do, and they convince people that to worry about other things.
So on that note, when you talk about big business, you are also a Jay Z fan, right?
Yeah, me and Jay Z are pretty tight too.
I mean, because he, would he say, he's not a business man,
he's
but
a business man.
Right, and then, you know, he's got a bunch of lyrics that leave some of the more hardcore Pac fans out there decipher, and they actually think maybe Jay Z has something to do with where and why Tupac is gone. How do you reconcile that?
First, let me say this, and let me be perfectly clear here.
Please.
I don't think there's any correlation between Jay Z and the disappearance of Tupac. But if there is, I'm going to put one size 11 up Jay Z's you know what.
You heard that, Hov?
You heard that here first.
I'm from Texas, and I have a lot of friends I went to school with in high school. They really think that you got a plan, like come take all their guns away and stuff. Like, is that really happening? Like, do we need to be concerned?
We're not going to take your guns. Well, we might take your guns. Well, you know what? What's the next question?
Get me in a tight spot with that one.
We're not taking anyone's guns, and we believe in that. That is very important for folks to have the right to bear arms. But we are going to tighten restrictions. Like right now, you have to show more ID to buy alcohol than you do to buy a gun. So from this moment forward, I'm going to issue an executive order that you cannot buy a gun without a six-pack. I think that should solve the problem.
And or unless they subscribe to your channel.
To my channel.
Yeah. And why don't you tell them, sir, how to find your channel on YouTube?
It's I am Reggie Brown. I am Reggie Brown. You can find everything that you'll ever need to succeed on my channel.
Okay, for a second there, I actually thought you were President Obama. So,
Yeah.
my man.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Shouts out to the Shy. 500 Live, everyone else in the Shy holding it down.
Hey, Mom.
Shouts out to D-Love. Shouts out to Goat House Productions behind the gun. Shouts out to the MPP and everybody in Seattle been putting it down since day one. Shouts out to Evolving Graphics, Melissa Roos holding down our visuals. You know where to find us. You know what time it is. Subscribe to your boy AsherUnderwood.com. Subscribe to I Am Reggie Brown. Subscribe to Tupac Shakur channel on truthabouttupac.com. It's not a movie, but a movement.
All right.
Signing off.
Peace.
Salute.